How many elements I have? I have 5. So do I have 5 in the index? No, I don't have 5 in the index. So for that, traversing in the sense what? Visiting each and every element that you have inside the array. Item in the sense what? Item in the sense 25. That is what I wanted to store. I will be arranging the data in a particular order. It can be in ascending or it can be in descending. Hello everyone, I welcome all of you to yet another interesting session on arrays, strings and functions. So fine, what is that I have in this session? So hope all of you have seen the previous session and you have watched what exactly we have discussed with arrays. Yes, I'm hoping that you have seen that. All right. So guys, so let's get into this session. Before that, let's have a quick recap on the previous session, what we have discussed. What is that I have discussed? We have discussed what is arrays. We have discussed what is arrays. So arrays in the sense, it should come to your mind that, you will be able to store multiple values. You'll be able to store multiple values of same type continuously. So the first thing that it should come to your mind is that. The second thing is you will have a array name and you will have the index. All right. So this is what you need to remember. With the help of the index, you will be able to access each and every element that you have in the arrays. So fine. So we know that. Then what else we discussed? We also discussed different types of arrays. When it comes to types of arrays, we have single dimension. All right. So we have two dimension and also we have multi-dimension. All right. So this is what you have to remember. When it comes to single dimension, how do you write? How do you declare an array? So please, you will write the data type and also you will write the name of the array. So you will mention only size here. So what is the size? Size in the sense row size you will mention. All right. So that's what you need to remember. So please understand this. So row size in the sense what? Suppose if I write 10, will it be 10 rows? No, when it comes to one dimension, please understand if I write 10, so you will be able to store 10 elements in that is what you need to remember, but you will have only one row. All right. So that's what you need to remember. So fine. But when it comes to two-dimensional, right? So you will be writing like this. So first one, you will be specifying the row. Second one, you will be specifying the column. So row size and the column size. How many rows you have to specify? How many columns you have to specify that also. All right. That's very important that you need to remember with respect to two-dimensional. In the same way, if you increase, you can keep on adding the dimensions here. That's what I will call it as a multi-dimension. So this is a recap that we have what is that we have discussed in the previous class. So let's get into the today's topic. What is that I'm going to discuss in today's topic? I will be discussing majorly on operations on arrays. This is going to be a very important question with respect to your exam point of view. So what is the different types of operations that we can perform with respect to arrays? So fine. So that is one more important thing that I'll be discussing. And I will also discuss traversal. What exactly traversal is all about? How do I visit each and every element that I have in the array? That is what I will call it as a traversal. All right. So I will be speaking with respect to that. And also I have two algorithms which I have to discuss. That is, how do I insert an element to the array to a given position and how do I delete the element from the array is what I'm going to discuss now. So get ready. I'm going to start the session with the concepts of operations on arrays. When I say array, I can perform these many important operations. The first one that I have is traversal. Let's understand what exactly traversal in the sense. Visiting each and every element that I have in the array is what I will call it as a traversing. All right. So if I have this array, all right. So traversing in the sense what? 0, 1, 2, 3. I have 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. So traversing in the sense you are visiting to each and every element that you have in the array is what I will call it as a traversing of an array. So fine. So what next that you have? Insertion. When it is a insertion, we have two different types of insertion. The first one that I have is inserting the element at the end or insertion at the given position. So this is the flexibility that I have with respect to the arrays. So what is the meaning of inserting an element at the end or inserting an element at the given position? Inserting an element at the end in the sense I don't have to do anything. Directly I'll come to this particular location and I will insert the element. Okay, so this is very simple. But when it is insertion at a given position, so what is that I have to do? Say for example, I will be finding out in which location I need to insert. Say for example, so in this particular location I need to insert. Then what do I do for this 30, 40, 50? I need to make this location empty and then I have to insert, right? So for that, what I will be doing is, say for example, I have this array. So fine, I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first, this 50, okay, what I will do is I will shift this 50 to this location. See, that's what I'm writing here. All right. After that, this 40 will come to this position. So I have 40. After that, so I will push this 30 to this location. I have 30. All right. So this location, which observe here in this location index 2. So I don't have anything. So this location is empty now. So let me show you. This location is empty now. All right. So this is what you need to understand. So whatever the element that you want to store, so you can store, say for example, I need 25. I will store 25. Then after that, 20, 10 as it is, I will leave it. So this is what I will call it as an insertion at a given position. I have specified in the index 0, you have to insert this value. So that is what I will call it as an insertion at a given position. So inserting an element into an array is what I will call it as a insertion. So fine, you understood how many types of insertion is possible with the array. What is the next one that I have? Deletion. When it comes to deletion, so obviously you will be specifying the element what you want to delete, or you can also delete the element by specifying the location. So deleting an element from the array is what I will call it as a deletion. So fine, you understood about deletion also. Now, searching and sorting are very interesting topics with respect to arrays. If you know the basic concepts of arrays, these topics you will be learning in depth even in this subject, and also when it comes to data structure. So you will be studying, there is a subject called data structure. So you will be learning about the searching and sorting in depth. What exactly searching is all about? Say for example, this is my array or this is my array. Okay, in this given array, so I will be searching for a given element. Say for example, I need to search, okay, for 10. Do I have 10 in this array? So that process is what I will call it as a searching. I have different techniques to search, to perform the search operation. So that is what I will call it as a searching. In the same way, I have something called sorting. Sorting in the sense, I will be arranging the data in a particular order. It can be in ascending or it can be in descending. So that is what I will call it as a sorting. So all these operations I can perform with respect to arrays. This is very, very important. I want all of you to make a note of all these points. So fine, you understood the different operations that I can perform with respect to arrays. Now, what is the next thing that I will be learning? Let's understand traversing. Okay, let's understand traversing an array. So what exactly traversing is all about? I think I've already spoken about traversing. Traversing is a process of visiting each subscript in the sense index at the least once from the beginning to last element. That's what I will call it as a traversing. So that's what you need to remember. For example, to find a maximum element of the array, we need to access each and every element of the array. How do you find the maximum element that you have in the array? So you have to check all the elements, right? So that's what we call it as a traversing. So fine. Let's write an algorithm, all right? So what exactly this algorithm is all about? This algorithm will just help you how exactly we are traversing. So this is an algorithm to traverse through the array. Okay, if I have the array, so I need to visit each and every element. So for that, I'm just writing a simple algorithm. That's what you need to remember. If I want to traverse, I should have three things. Okay, one is array. I should have the array. That is what I have taken as A. Another one that I have is lower bound, and another one that I have is upper bound. So what exactly lower bound and upper bound? So please imagine this is the array. All right. So this is the array. The first requirement for traversing, I will call this, or I will name this as A. That's what I have mentioned it here. All right. Lower bound in the sense, this is what I will call it as a lower bound. So from here I will start. All right. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what I will call it as the upper bound. So got to know the difference from lower bound to upper bound. Starting and ending point is what I will call it as a lower bound and upper bound respectively. So please remember that. So fine, I understood. I have lower bound and upper bound. So what next? Step 1, from location, okay, from lower bound to upper bound. So you are using the for loop, okay. The for loop will run from lower bound to upper bound, okay, lower bound to upper bound. You are specifying the limit. So fine, this will run this many number of times. So till lower bound to upper bound. So fine. After that, process A of location. A of location. A of location in the sense what? A in the sense array. Location in the sense this index. A of 0. All right. In each and every iteration, so it'll be like this. After that, A of 1, A of 2. All right. A of 3. A of 4. So like this. Okay, that's what it will do. So until it reaches the end of the for loop. So how do I get this? In the first loop, I will get A of 0 because I'm starting from the lower bound. In the next iteration, I will get the A of 1. Next iteration, I will get A of 2. Next iteration, A of 4. Next iteration, is it A of 4? No, A of 3 and A of 4. So in each and every iteration, it will access one element of the array with the help of the index of A. So that's what you need to understand. This is what we call it as a traversing. Traversing in the sense what? Visiting each and every element that you have inside the array is what we call it as a traversing. So fine, this is a simple example of an algorithm that you need to remember with respect to traversing. So fine, the next one is insertion of an array. Is it insertion of an array? Yes, of course, you are inserting an element into an array. How do we do that? So let's understand this, okay, with an algorithm. So let's discuss this algorithm. Let's understand this algorithm very clearly. What is that I have? I have to insert. What is that you have to insert? You have to insert an element. So to insert an element to an array, so what is the basic requirement that you should have? So you will have an array. That's what I will treat it as A. So fine, you know that, all right. So you have n. What is this n? N in the sense number of elements that you have inside the array. So fine. Next I have item. So what is that you need to insert inside the array? That I will call it as a item. That I will specify it as a item. In which position? In which position you need to insert? So that is what I will store it in POS. That is what I will store it in POS. Let's understand this. Say for example, I have the array. Okay, the basic requirement for the insertion of an element inside the array is, first of all, I should have the array. So fine, I am calling that as a A. How many number of elements that I should have? Say for example, 0, 1, 2, 3. How many number of elements that you have? Please observe, I have 5. Okay, n is equal to 5. I can store 5 elements. Say for example, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. How many elements you have? 5 elements you have. That is what I will call it as a n. Say for example, I need to insert 25. Okay, where do I store it? I will call it as item. I will store it in a variable called item. So where should I insert this item? So I will insert this item in this position. Where is this position? I need to insert this in the position 2. So but I have already 30 in the position 2. What do I do? So for that, what I will do is, let me show you clearly. So guys, I have this 50, right? I have this 50, 40, 30, 20 and 10. Now, how do I perform the insertion? So first I have to shift this 50, all right, to the new location. So I will shift. So this 50 I have already shifted. So this particular position should be empty, right? So let me erase it. All right, I'm erasing it. So now that location is empty. So now what I will do, I will shift this 40 this side. So if I shift this 40 this side, then this location, whatever I have, this will be empty. Yes or no? Yes. So let me write the index. Okay, let me write the index for this first. All right. So what is the index? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So I want in which position I want to insert? I want to insert in the second position. So fine, this position. Again, I need to shift this 30. All right. Let me write this 30 here. If I write this 30, so this location is empty now. All right. This location is empty now. So can I insert the element right now because this location is empty? Yes. How do I insert? So what is the name of this array? A. So A of 2. Okay. A of 2 is equal to item. A of 2 is equal to item. So what do you have in the item? You have 25. All right. So that value will be stored in this particular location. A of 2 in this is this location. I write 25 here. So this is how I will be inserting the element. So let's look at the algorithm now. So what is that I have? So for, okay, you all know how exactly for loop is running. So I is equal to n minus 1. N minus 1 in the sense it is running from the backside. Okay, it is running from the backside. But you need to understand n minus 1 in the sense how many elements I have? I have 5. So do I have 5 in the index? No, I don't have 5 in the index. So for that, what is that I have? I have 4. So n minus 1 in the sense 4. So it is running from the backside. So fine. So n minus 1 down to position. Position in the sense 2. Okay, till here it should run. From the backside till here it should run. So fine. What is that it should do? So whatever I have in the A of I, so it should store in the I plus 1. This is a very important part you need to understand with the algorithm. So you understood for loop. So it is coming from the backside. It is coming from the backside. So first location. In the first iteration, it is in the location or in the index 4. So what is happening there? So A of 1, I plus 1 is equal to A of I. So please understand this. A of I in the sense, what is the I value right now? Right now, I value is equal to n minus 1. N minus 1 in the sense what? N in the sense 5. Alright, n minus 1 in the sense 4. So this is what the I value. I value is what? 4. So A of I in the sense, what is the I value? So A of I right now is A of 4. In this iteration, in the first iteration, A of 4 in the sense this location. So please understand. So A of 4, whatever I have, that is 50. So A of 4, whatever I have, should be stored in. So please observe this. A of I plus 1. A of I is what? 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So A of 5. So whatever I have in this location, I should store it in the next location. That is what the statement means. So whatever I have here, that should get shifted here. That is what they are explaining in this particular part. So you hope you understood. In each and every iteration, so elements will be shifted. Till where? Till it reaches the position that is 2. So fine. This step will be repeated until it reaches the position. So that is what we have specified here. What happens next? So please understand here. Item in the sense what? Item in the sense 25. That is what I wanted to store. So fine. This 25 will be stored in A of position. 25 will be stored in the A of position. A of position in the sense what? Position in the sense, please remember 2. So A of 2 in the sense this location, in this location I will be storing 25. That is what I have explained already. So fine. After that, so n is equal to n plus 1. So n in the sense what? I had how many elements? I had 5 elements. Now how many elements I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's why I am incrementing the n value. That is n is equal to n plus 1. So 5 plus 1 is 6. Right now n value is 6. Number of elements is 6. This is how we will be inserting in elements inside the array. All right. So moving on to the next concept that we have. We have deletion of the element from an array. So how do we delete? So it's very simple. If you have understood insertion of an element from the array, deletion is very simple. So please remember. So what is that I have to do? The first step. So you all know that. All right. So you all know. I don't have to explain this again. A in the sense array. N in the sense number of elements, item in the sense which item that you want to delete, and position in the sense from which position that you want to delete. That's what we have to remember. So fine. A of position. Okay. So A of position, say for example, to be, like, see for example, deleted in the position, and it is stored in the variable item. So what exactly they are doing with this? Whatever the element that they are deleting, okay, they are just storing it in a variable. That's what they are trying to do. So fine. In this position, whatever I have the item, whatever the element that I have, whatever the data that I have, whatever the value that I have, I'm storing it in this item, a variable. All right. So whatever the value, say for example, a of 4. All right. So in this location, whatever the value that I have, I'm just storing it in the variable called item. So right after storing this, so this in this location there is nothing. It is empty. So that's what you need to remember. All right. Then after that, you're running the for loop. So for loop runs from 1 is equal to position. 1 is equal to position from that particular position. Okay. So from that particular position, it is not 1, it is I. Okay. It is I. So that's what you need to remember. From the position. Okay. So I, what is that? From where exactly it is starting? From position. So you have specified that position. From there, so till last element. From there till last element. Say for example, I have this array. Okay. This is my array. I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I have to delete this element. Say for example, 20, 30, 40, 50. I need to delete this element. What is that I have done? So please understand A of position. A of position in the sense like, position is equal to 2 is what I've given. Now, according to this statement, what will happen? So A of position in the sense 2. So A of position in the sense 2. What is the meaning of this? 30. So that 30, I'm storing it in the variable. So that 30, I'm storing it in the item now. Okay, fine. After you have stored that. What is the next step that you are doing? You are executing, you are running the for loop. So from where? So from the position, from here, all right? From here you are starting. So I is equal to position. So from here, the I value starts. So fine, till where it should reach, till the end. So that is what I will call it as a n minus 1. So here, this is what I will call it as a n minus 1. So till the end is what I will call it as n minus 1. From here till end it will run. So fine. What exactly it is doing? So please understand, this is very important. What is that I have? A of I. So this is A of I. Right now, A of I. I value is what? I value is 2. Right now, I value is 2. A of 2. Alright. A of 2 is equal to A of 2 plus 1. Whatever I have in the 3, 2 plus 1 in the sense 3. So that will be stored in this location. That will be stored in this location. In each and every item, in each and every iteration, so the values will be shifted like this. So first the 40 will be shifted and next the 50 will be shifted. After deleting this, items will be shifted like this. That is what you need to understand here. After that, again, n value will be decremented by 1. Suppose if I have 5 elements, after deleting, n value will become 4. That's what I have explained here. This is what you have to remember with respect to deleting an element from the array. So fine, my dear students, with this, I have come to an end of this session. So please do watch my practical session on this. I will execute and I will show you how exactly it is working. So by saying this, let me conclude the session. Thank you, everybody.